The new and improved Eagle's Nest Critter Nest shelter that will replace the popular debris hut, because the debris hut takes a little bit of ingenuity and a lot of time, and it doesn't work on the west coast area because there's not a lot of debris. Here, as you look around, there's not a ton of debris, and so all we can do is build a big huge nest of material underneath us and then try to build walls around it and get into that nest as much as possible. So I encourage everybody to just start taking your feet and scraping up as much debris, all the worst stuff you can possibly do. And the best thing to do is to start somewhere as far as you can away where there's a clear line of shot, and just do one big long row like this all the way in toward your shelter location. And this is going to be your bottom layer of your shelter. So get it, start out far, and always be brushing and scraping in toward your shelter location. We are going to see exactly since we've already started, 4.5 minutes, how much debris we can get underneath that spot, which is going to be on the leeward side of this tree. So we also need some volunteers to take all that wood, which is wonderful that is there so close, and just push it back. We also want some people on the far side of this shelter location to bring in debris from that direction. So again, we're down to like 4 minutes and 15 seconds, and we got to bring in as much debris as we can. This is going to be a one person. So you can see that if you were in a great debris location, it wouldn't take much time, but bad debris, and save those for the top layer. Those are the best, they're right underneath them.
We want to get rid of this?
All the Douglas fir boughs, don't put them on yet. Put those on last. Just put them off to the side for now.
Okay. Can that be part of the...
Well, remember, the first step on making an eagle's nest or a survival shelter is to position it on the leeward side of some wind blocks. Second thing, get yourself up off the ground. The reason the debris huts don't work very well in a lot of locations, including ours, is that it took, let's see, 16 people 5 minutes to gather this much, which is the minimum amount that you would want to get off the ground. So the first step is to get the worst debris near you, just raking it in with your feet right there into a big pile. So if that's all the time you had because you were injured or it got dark on you, that's where you would lay or sit all the rest of the night. So this moss, again, this is really good for underneath you, but it'll soak up a lot of water over the night. So we'll need something over the top for step 2. But say that's all the time you had. We need a volunteer. Any volunteers that want to come and lay on this? Need a volunteer. Need a volunteer. Come on in and lay it.
I don't mind laying on it.
Let's see if this is yeah, just sort of curl up. Or you could just sort of scrunch on it and sit on it, or you can try to lay down on it sideways or whatever.
Like yoga style?
Okay, yeah. If you're a yoga practitioner, you'll probably be good all night long. You just breathe through this whole survival. Yep, that's fine right there. Yeah. Try to contain. You're going to be losing every place where you're going to be losing heat. You want to try to contain that heat as much as you can. Your armpits, your head, groin, your breath, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And so that's step 1. If that's all the time you have, that's all we can do. Okay, level 2 is that we want to get good debris up on top of this. So I noticed that a lot of you found the Douglas fir boughs, which are the best to have in this environment because they're so soft. The needles go all the way around. They'll really create a lot of elevation off the ground. So let's grab all the Douglas fir we can get in the next, let's only give ourselves 2 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 4 minutes gathering sticks, and you can see that now you could continue if you wanted. Again you had yet another 5 minutes, you could gather a bunch more debris, throw it in there, and this time the third layer of debris, again the steps are worst debris at the bottom. Second step, decent debris that you're going to be laying on. Next layer up, you have more time. Gather as many sticks as you can and wood, anything you can find to build walls up as much as possible higher than what you've gathered for debris under there. Nice, go ahead and lay in there and see how it feels. The next layer of debris that would be great to find would be, again, these Douglas fir boughs would be fine, grasses, and other things that are kind of like long debris pieces. Leaves leaves wouldn't work so great because they fall off the top of you. And so that's why the debris hut was invented for people that have tons of leaves and all they have is leaves, is to kind of keep leaves inside. We just don't have that here. And so, very much. So you could, those leaves would go underneath you, really, is the only place those can go. And so now this next layer, now that we have walls built somewhat, we can put a bunch of more debris of something that will stay over the top of us. Fern boughs, tall grasses, more Douglas fir or other kind of fir boughs. And so let's get somebody laying in there. Go ahead and stay there, Arlo. And could somebody bring those bags of grass we've got over there? And we're going to dump them on top of Arlo. You're not allergic to grass, are you? Okay. Great. And kind of clear things out around you so that things are going to stick into. So that, and then after I pour these on top of them, we're going to build a roof. And we're going to see whether we can construct a roof. Okay, go ahead and lay down as if you were sleeping. Find a really good spot to actually curl up. And you don't want to have your back right against the tree because it can be kind of cold. There's no air trapped in the tree, so you can't really warm the tree up very well. I mean, to rest, you can, lean up against it a little bit sometimes. But as far as insulation, okay. So nice job gathering all this grass up.
Work hard at that.
Oh, don't breathe. So you see, this stuff actually stays together. And breathe through your, by the way, you can put your glove like this to breathe through a little bit. Yeah, go ahead and throw that on there. Let's see if we can actually get some sort of shingled roof over the top of this. So let's take another like 2 minutes, see if you can gather more sticks and angle them so that we can, at least to the point where we can put our plastic bags over us and keep it waterproof. If you can find any bark that we can shingle over the top of that, that'd be great. Oh, got some bark.
Am I supposed to get out?
Sweet. No. Look at the shingling starting. And of course for shingling, you start at the bottom.
Oh, you got shingles.
And now we just need to spend about an hour gathering more of those. And you can shingle this whole thing. However, it needs to be on a support system. So then all these sticks would be better, unless you can find a bunch of them to really make a big lean-to. Not quite yet, no. I would probably break a lot of these sticks down and just create a sloping roof right here. And then if I had even more time, I would shingle that up. So you can see that if you have enough debris, you can go ahead and get out.
Finally.
And I'm going to try to climb in there unless somebody else wants to.
I want to stay in.
So this is an adult-sized eagle's nest.
Come this way and I'll help you.
No, I want to stay in.
We need you to come out and then try an adult to get in there. Does anybody want to volunteer or should I do it?
We want to see you do it.
You do? Payback.
So I get it back up into that nice little rose there.
Just stay in the tent.
If you bring a tent.
All right, so I have to say that I really commend everybody's effort very much. And I also am very impressed by the multiple cooks trying to design a pot of stew here. Yeah, I'm allergic to grass too. So,
oh, are you?
I'm
not that bad.
He's just dusty.
Cat. So I'm gonna, again, you layer 1, bad debris. Layer 2, good debris. You'll be actually down in there laying on. Layer 3rd step, put in a bunch of walls as much as possible. 4th step, get debris that'll actually stay on top of you. The longest stuff. At that time, it's okay if it rains on you here, as long as you're down in that debris. This is light enough. There's a lot of air trapped in there where, yes, you'll be wet and you'll be cold, but you won't be freezing, frozen. If it snows, great. That'd be even better because that'll actually create an airtight, or not airtight, but a nice air pocket in there. Okay, so we're gonna try to get. I'm gonna try to get in there.
I can get in.
Oh yeah,
When
great.
we do the fire stuff?
Here we go. Climb in there, see if you can get totally in there without, and insulate yourself all the way around all sides of you. With grass over the top of you, and so get down there so where you're laying right on the fir boughs. Get your feet down in. Burrow in there. I mean, it's great to just have stuff around you, but it's even better to get down underneath it. So you have to get underneath that grass and onto those fir boughs to be, if you want some insulation over the top of you.
Pretend like you're a little mouse inside your little mouse nest.
Yep, this is exactly what mice do. And a lot of those.
I was getting warm in there.
Pardon me?
Good.
Oh, your dog can do this? We should have him teach it here.
His name's Marlo.
That's what he's teaching.
All right. Well, it seems like for a short workshop, they may be about as far as we can get. And then you can pull more grass over the top. You just grab it and pull it over.
And it looked, and I bet the animals couldn't smell it.
And because you brought your #1 essential,
Oh.
you brought your plastic bag, so of course you can pull that over the top and try to keep the stuff dry as much as possible. Again, it would be better to have a nice little roof built of sticks over the top.